An 8-year-old boy loses his mother. Almost immediately, his father remarries, and a new woman enters the house. The boy's entire world, everything that anchored him to safety, vanishes overnight, replaced by the presence of a total stranger. One afternoon, the father calls his son over. Hoping to gauge how the boy is adjusting to the sudden transition, he asks an inquisitive, seemingly harmless question. "What is the difference between your old mother and your new mother?" The boy answers in a soft, steady voice. He says his old mother was a liar, and his new mother tells the absolute truth. Typically, a grieving child clings to the memory of a lost parent. Here, the boy does the opposite, discarding the woman who raised him to validate a stranger. It is a reaction that defies the standard narrative of human attachment and childhood mourning. The father is completely stunned. He demands to know how the woman who gave birth to him, who cared for him his entire short life, could be branded a liar. In child psychology, this illustrates the divide between literalism and emotional truth. Literalism is the strict interpretation of words exactly as they are spoken, without any underlying subtext. Adult brains process verbal threats with conditional context. We filter words through history, tone, and intent. A young child's brain skips those filters. They measure reality through strict, literal action and consequence pathways. They hear a rule, and they expect the direct physical result. Understanding the boy's conclusion requires stripping away adult assumptions and looking exclusively at the raw data of both mothers' exact words. Look at this flowchart mapping the biological mother's behavior. She issues a repeating threat: misbehave and get no food. The child inevitably breaks the rules. But instead of enforcing starvation, she searches for him and feeds him from her own hands. Technically, she lied, but this lie functions as a vital biological safety net. Her maternal empathy completely overrides her own enforcement of the rules. The discipline takes a back seat to the instinct to nurture. For a child, this consistently broken promise becomes foundational proof that their environment is safe. They learn that even when they fail, even when they break the rules, their survival is absolutely guaranteed. This parallel flowchart plots the stepmother's routine. She issues the exact same threat: misbehave and get no food. The boy repeats his pattern, assuming the safety net exists. But lacking empathy, she enforces the consequence with a stark, transactional rigidity. In reality, the boy is currently starving. The stepmother has entirely withheld his food for 3 full days. The stepmother's absolute honesty is a manifestation of pure apathy. She kept her word, proving that a fulfilled promise can be an act of profound violence. A horrifying realization washes over the father. He sits there, processing the fact that his young son has been actively starving inside his own home, right under his nose. The father's initial perspective completely failed him. He thought he was hearing a simple philosophical observation about his new wife. In reality, he missed a literal cry for survival. The boy now operates on a different set of rules. For him, honesty results in physical pain, while lies signify warmth, food, and safety. Replacing the unconditional emotional safety net of a family with cold, transactional logic creates immediate danger. Without empathy to temper the rules, discipline becomes destruction. Consider this illustration of 2 scales. Literal truth, when completely divorced from love and empathy, becomes a highly efficient instrument of cruelty. Contrast that transactional cruelty with the protective nature of a parent's empty threats. Those lies are born out of genuine worry, designed to correct behavior without ever actually risking the child's well-being. To a child's literal mind, the most bitter truth is that an honest person can be a monster. And sometimes, a loving liar is the only thing keeping them alive.